hair's not moving, so that doesn't really work. Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about how you can achieve perfect eyebrows on your face. I'll be giving you tips and tricks that I use to achieve my brows that has worked for me for...
You don't ask a lady her age.
Stay tuned. 3 basic tools when you're going to do your eyebrows. Number 1, I like to use Benefit's Eyebrow. I love this because it has this little applicator tip here. It also opens up to the compartment underneath that has the product. I use number 5. It's the second to darkest shade. I've used all different kinds of products for my eyebrows. I can't even go down the long list, but it wasn't until I got to this product that I realized that this was going to be it. It looks like it's a cream, but it looks like hair when it goes onto your eyebrows. It's amazing, and it stays on all day long. I've never had a problem with my eyebrows. Like, even if I like touched it and some product came off, my eyebrows were still there. This stuff is amazing. So the product that you're going to use to put your brow on, number 1, that is important. The next thing that you need that's important is a concealer, because concealer is going to clean up your brows. I like to use 2 different ones depending on what I'm going to be doing. So for example, if I'm going to be having a casual day, I'm going to be using this. It's Fake Up from, I think it's Benefit too. Yeah, it's from Benefit. I love this stuff. It gives the prettiest clean look underneath my brows. You can also use it to highlight under your eyes. Like, makeup is very versatile. You can use one thing for something else. But so that I use this on my casual days. On days when I want to spruce it up just a little bit more, I go in with my LA Girl, what is this? Blah, blah, blah. I go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. It acts as a base too for my eye when I'm putting on eyeshadow colors. So I just really go in, like on like fancy days, I go in with this and I blend it into my eyelid. The final product that you're going to need in order to do your eyebrows, just 3 products, very minimal, is a brush. The brush that I use usually depends on how I'm feeling that day, but I'm often picking up a small angled brush like this so that I could get very close to my eyebrow when I'm cleaning it up. And it gives me a sharp, precise line each time. If I'm feeling like a little bit more casual, I'll go in with a brush like this. This one is from Benefit. It's a max coverage concealer brush. I'll go in with this because of the thick bristles. It also serves as a blending brush as well after I've put the concealer underneath my eyebrows. So I'm breaking the science down. It's not all that difficult, okay? It's really, really simple. You might be thinking to yourself,
Asia, you could say that it's simple because you do it all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I say it's simple because I do it all the time. It's like with anything else. With practice, you'll get better at it. With your makeup, you practice your makeup, you'll get better at it. I promise you'll get it down to a science where you'll be doing it in like literally 5 minutes or less. Unfortunately, in order to show you how I put my brows on, I have to take my brow off. I always use Garnier. I promise that this is not water. I used to think that they were just selling us water, but I promise, like, this takes off any eye makeup so well. In order to use micellar water the right way, you want to soak the pad and then just let that pad sit on your eye. I look so weird right now. Okay, don't freak out. Like, we're gonna fix it. It's okay. Really, like, I'm doing this for you guys. So when we start doing our brows, we want to make sure that our brows are clean. They've been waxed. I don't need to wax my brows. I don't need to tweeze them because they've already been waxed and tweezed. I barely have any brows as it is. So never fear. If you do not have brows, it's okay. You will have some after this. So make sure you have all your products together. Go in and get them. I'll wait. So I'm going to brush my brows. I like to start with my brows brush upward. Everybody does it different. Sometimes, depending on the day and how I'm feeling, I might start on the top, drawing my top line, you know, first. But today, I guess I will start on the bottom. I'm gonna grab my product, my Eyebrow Benefit product, and I'm going to first inspect the tip of it. Now if you have a product like this and you're using it frequently, you'll have some product buildup on it. You want to make sure that this is clean and that it's straightened out before you apply this to your eye, because if you try to apply this to the eye and it's full of product, it's just gonna mess your eyebrows up. It's not gonna look cute, honey. In order to clean that off, I'm gonna be using micellar wipes from Garnier. I love Garnier. I can do this to the one I love, prove myself wrong. You guys, I went to go see Son in San Francisco and he was absolutely amazing. The show was like out of this world, and everybody that was in San Francisco was like, oh, what kind of music does he play? And we were like, I don't know, like electronical something? I'm not sure. What kind of music does Son, do you guys listen to Son? Tell me what kind of music does, like, what is genre? Jonathan would have been happy to hear that. What genre of music does Son play? Because I don't really know, but all I do know is that it was absolutely amazing. Like, he was amazing. Okay, now that our brush is clean, we're gonna dip it into the product, but just a little bit. We don't want to get too much, because this stuff, you don't need a whole lot. There's just a little tub of it, but it goes a really long way. I've had it for months, and I mean, I'm just now starting to make a dent into it. With a magnification mirror and with your brows already brushed in an upward position, you're gonna follow the line of your brow underneath. Now, before you start, take that small angled concealer brush, put it over here. You know where your pupil is? Stick it right in the pupil of your eye. So you should be looking at that concealer brush, right? Twist the bottom side of the concealer brush to your outer part of your nostril. Make sure the top part is still at the pupil. And this is where you're gonna find where your arch goes, right here at the top. So pupil, nostril, arch. My arch is gonna go right there. I hope I'm not blocking you guys so you can't see. My arch is gonna be right there. What I like to do in order to get my arch at the right place is that I like to start my line right there at that place for the arch. So I'm gonna take my angled brush, placing it right underneath the hairs there. I'm going to, in small flicks. I'm not gonna take my brush and draw a line completely. I'm not gonna do that. Flicks down, short strokes until you get to this edge of your eye. Line it up here. That's where your eyebrow should end. Once you've gotten that part, I like to go in underneath my brow and just draw my line. So there's my bottom arch. Looks great. Not yet. It's getting there. Okay, so I draw my bottom, and then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to brush my hair, my eyebrow hair down. I'm going to start on the outer part where my So for me when I'm doing my brows, I like to match the thickness to the top hairs that I have right here. So I'm gonna go in and fill in my brow. I want it darker. You want to use a heavier hand toward the tail end of the brow, a lighter hand when you're at the beginning. I usually like to start at the back of the brow because the product is concentrated back here, and so it's going to come off a little bit darker. And as I move forward, it's going to give me that gradient effect for my brow like I like. And again, I'm not just like coloring like this is freaking Crayola or something. I'm like flicking through my brows, and I'm just filling in any open spots that I see that I just, you know, don't like. So our brows are coming together. I'm flickering through, and I'm flickering in the direction of the hair and also lifting my hair upwards. When I get to the front of my brow, I'm gonna turn the brush where the angle part is facing down, and since the hairs right here kind of go in an upward direction, they don't go sideways, I'm gonna flick through in an upward direction. Now here's where you take a moment to observe your work. Look at yourself in the mirror, girl, and be like, okay, is this the thickness that I want my brow? Because the thinner your brow, the weirder your face is gonna look, because right now that just ain't the style. But you don't want your brow super thick unless you do want your brows super thick. For me, when my brows are a little bit more thick than they normally are naturally because I've tweezed them to death, my face looks slimmer. When I have tiny brows, my face looks chunky. When I have thicker brows, my face looks slimmer. Don't ask me how that works. Sleight of hand or something, I'm not sure. So I'm staring at my brows now, and I'm noticing that this one I want to be a little bit more thick. So I'm gonna go in and just, how I do this, adjust my eye or adjust my brow, is I like to add a little bit to the bottom. If you don't have a lot of lid space, add your product to the top. But I prefer to add mine to the bottom because I feel as though I don't see that. Have you ever looked at somebody's eye or their eyebrow and you're like, their hair stopped right here, but the brow is all the way up here? You can see that it's like looking at somebody who's like overlined their lips. You see where their lip stopped, but for some reason they keep overlining. No shade being thrown. It's not my style. So the same thing goes here. I just don't like the look where it's like way too much up here and then you could see the difference, that line of demarcation from the hair to the product. So I like to add a little bit in fine strokes underneath. And really a heavy hand. If you take nothing else from doing your brows, if you take nothing else from this, it's that a heavy hand will do you in every time. So try to use a light hand when you're going in and flicking, and literally like flick. Like, don't draw.
You're not drawing a picture here, okay? No pictures. No pictures, please.
So I've gotten my brow on my eye. I like the thickness of it. I like where the arch is, and now it's time for me to clean it up. I'm gonna go in with my concealer and with my angled brush. I'm gonna apply a little bit of product to the brush. Just a little. Can I just say, you may watch videos where you see girls put on the whole dang bottle underneath their eyes.
There's no reason for that.
There's no reason for you to use a whole bottle of concealer on the most gentlest part of your face for either under your brows or under your eye. It just drives me insane. That's wasting money. You don't need all that. You can highlight your brows in a beautiful way without overusing product. So let me show you how.
Well, I hate that. I hate when people do that. Like, I know I'm not gonna put an eyeliner in my nose. I'm not putting this in my nose.
When I go in to clean up my brows, just like when I did my brows, I'm gonna start at the back. I'm not gonna put the brush. Let me repeat this because this is important. Do not put the concealer directly under your brow. Bring it down a little bit. Start right here and then just draw a line. So you see there's some space between my brow and the concealer. I know. Just stay with me. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with that, okay? I'm putting the concealer underneath just up to that point. The worst thing ever is when you see someone that has concealer all the way into their nose area, it's not blended out well, and then all of this spot is like super bright. It's not gradient, it's not blended out, it just doesn't look good. It
just doesn't look good, you guys. Like, fix it, like, clean it up.
So you take this and you go, I'm like going on a rant right now. I know. It just drives me, really, guy? We're gonna move the product upward into the brow. This way, there's not this huge brightness up under our brow, and you notice that as I'm pushing it up, I'm also pulling it down. So I push it up into the brow area, and then I push it up lightly and then press the brush in and pull it down so that it's blending that color out. You see? When someone does, you can't see that?
No, you can see that. I don't even understand that.
Okay, so I'm taking the color that I put there. See how I'm going like this? So I'm taking the color that is there. I move it up into the brow area, then press my bristles on my brush down, and then pull the color. Does that make sense? That makes sense. Okay, because Honor was like, that don't make sense. So that's what I'm doing. So when it looks like I'm just like tapping like this, I'm not. I'm moving the product up into the brow area where I want it, pushing my bristles down, and then brushing it down. This gives me a very clean look to my brows. And it also blends the color out very nicely. With whatever color is still left, with whatever concealer is still left on this brush, I go into the front part. And now you notice how, because there's not a whole lot of concealer left on the brush, it doesn't look so bright, right? This is kind of like a Dora the Explorer thing. You guys are supposed to be like, right! No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. With the concealer that I had already on the brush, I'm just blending and blending and blending and blending and blending. Be sure to bring that concealer down this way, down and out, and blending and blending and blending and blending. Best part of your brow, when you have finished blending the concealer out, take your finger and just tap on it. Warm that concealer up.
Warm it up, la 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 la. The boys are waiting, la 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 la. Warm it up.
You see that? Oh, boom! Get out of here. Wait a second. I looked crazy a minute ago, but now I don't look so crazy. All right, there it is. How to achieve the perfect eyebrow for you. I tried to make it as simple as I possibly could with minimal products, something that would be very easy for you to try on your very own face. If you do try it and you love how it looks, or you don't and you might need a little bit more pointers, send me a comment down below and ask me what you need help with. Or if you did it and you love it, I want to see a picture of it. So make sure you go to my Instagram and tag me so I can see your photos of your beautiful brows, because I love brows myself. I want you guys to, of course I want you guys to subscribe. So if you want to subscribe, you see that little floating head right there? That floating head, that's me right there. Except I'm wearing pink in that picture. Click that button and it'll help you to subscribe to see more videos by me. But if you don't want to wait and you're like, I want to see videos now, click that one or that one. One of these two. I think they're either this side or they're this side. Whichever side they're on, I don't know. I won't know until I edit it. Click those videos and you can see other videos by me. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Love ya.